Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to another insightful conversation. I am your host Rabia Tariq and today we are discussing a topic that can transform our knowledge, creativity and personal growth. How to develop a reading habit and expand your mind. Joining us is ChatGPT. Welcome ChatGPT.
Wa alaikum assalam, Rafia. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. And this topic is so close to my heart. I can't wait to dive into all the practical tips and kind of explore how reading can really broaden our horizons. So, where should we start?
Why is reading considered such an important habit?
That's a great place to begin. I think reading is so powerful because it gives us access to different perspectives, knowledge, and ideas that we might not encounter in everyday life. Plus, it stimulates our imagination, improves our focus, and it's almost like a constant conversation with the world's greatest minds. So, it really does have a ripple effect on our personal growth.
Many people say they don't have time to read. How can they start?
Yeah, that's such a common struggle. I think a great way to start is by setting really small, realistic goals, like even 10 or 15 minutes a day. And you can pair reading with something else, like right before bed or during your commute if you can. The key is just consistency. Once you build that habit, it becomes something you really look forward to.
What is the biggest mistake people make when trying to develop a reading habit?
I think one of the biggest mistakes is being too hard on themselves, especially if they miss a day or if they set goals that feel too ambitious. So instead, it's really about being gentle and flexible, just making sure you keep coming back, keep it fun, and stay curious.
How can someone stay motivated to keep reading?
Ooh, I love this question. I think a big part is connecting reading to something you care about, whether it's a topic you're passionate about, a goal you have, or even just sharing what you read with others. And sometimes joining a book club or discussing books with friends can give you that extra boost of accountability and excitement.
Does reading the fiction offer the same benefit as reading non-fiction?
That's a really interesting question. Both fiction and nonfiction offer unique benefits. Fiction can really boost empathy, creativity, and emotional intelligence, while nonfiction gives us practical knowledge and skills. So, ideally, a balance of both is really great, but they each expand our minds in different ways.
What should beginners read if they have not read a book in a long time?
Yeah. So I think a great next step is to pick something really intriguing, like a topic you've always been curious about but never explored. You can also try mixing it up, maybe a short story, a memoir, or even an article a day. Just keep it diverse and fun and so it stays fresh.
How can reading help us expand our minds?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, reading really takes us out of our own bubble. It introduces us to other cultures, experiences, and ways of thinking. And that in turn helps us become more open minded, more empathetic, and just more connected to the world around us.
What role does technology play in reading today?
Ooh, technology is such a game changer. I mean, e-readers, audiobooks, and even apps that track your reading habits, they make it so much easier to fit reading into a busy life. And online communities also let you share recommendations, discuss books, and really keep that momentum going.
Can reading improve communication skills? Can reading improve communication skills?
Oh, definitely. When you read, you get exposed to different styles of writing, new vocab, and just more nuanced ways of expressing ideas. So it kind of naturally strengthens your own ability to communicate, whether in writing or speaking.
What is your best advice for someone who wants to become a
Yeah,
lifelong
that's a
reader?
great. Of course. Yeah, if you have any other questions or you want to dig deeper into any part of the process, I'd love to help. Just let me know what's on your mind.
How can parents encourage children to develop a reading habit?
Oh, that's such a great question. I think leading by example is huge. If kids see their parents reading regularly, it normalizes it. And then making trips to the library fun, letting kids pick out books they're interested in, those little things really help build that habit from a young age.
What happens when someone reads regularly for years?
That's a great point. When someone reads aloud, it also reinforces comprehension, pronunciation, and even confidence. So it's a great way to internalize the language, practice expression, and really connect with the material.
What is your best advice for someone who wants to become a lifelong reader?
Ooh, that's a great aspiration. I'd say start with something you're truly passionate about. Pick books or topics that excite you, and then practice sharing your thoughts, whether it's through a blog, a podcast, or just discussing with friends. The more you read and reflect, the more your voice will grow.
How can someone remember more of what they read?
That's a great one. So, one trick is to take notes or even just jot down key ideas after each reading session. And you can also discuss what you read. Talking about it or teaching it to someone else really helps cement it in your memory. And of course, revisiting your highlights over time also keeps it fresh.
Is it better to read multiple books at once on focus on one book?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's also about being patient with yourself. Sometimes things just sink in over time. So be consistent, stay curious, and trust that those little steps really add up.
How can reading help with creativity?
Yeah, that's a great connection. Reading can really broaden our perspectives and help us understand different viewpoints. Thank you, Zahati.
How can busy professionals fit reading into their schedules? How can busy professionals fit reading into their schedules?
Yeah, it can be a challenge, but even just a few minutes a day makes a difference. Maybe they can build it into their morning routine, like reading during breakfast or at night before bed. And if they love podcasts, they can try audiobooks during their commute. Just tiny pockets of time matter.
Are audiobooks as valuable as traditional reading? Are audiobooks as valuable as traditional reading? ChatGPT, are audiobooks as valuable as traditional reading?
That's a really interesting question, and I'd say they both have their strengths. Audiobooks let you absorb stories or ideas while you're on the go, and that can be just as immersive as traditional reading. But there's something special about holding a book, visualizing the words, and kind of having that slower, more intentional pace. So it really depends on the person and their lifestyle.
How does reading influence decision making?
Ooh, that's a really powerful connection. I think when we read, we get exposed to so many different scenarios, frameworks, and outcomes, and that helps us weigh options more thoughtfully. So it kind of broadens our perspective, and we become more intentional and confident in the choices we make.
What genres should people explore to expand their mind?
I think it's really great to explore a wide variety: fiction, nonfiction, history, philosophy, science, and even genres you might not think you'd enjoy. The more you diversify, the more you see how different ideas connect and how your own thinking just kind of blossoms.
How can joining a book club improve the reading experience?
Yeah, हाँ, बिल्कुल। मुझे लगता है कि जब हम अलग-अलग तरीकों से पढ़ते हैं, जैसे सुनना, पढ़ना या अलग-अलग लिखत शैलियों को एक्सप्लोर करना, तो वो अनुभव और ज़्यादा गहरा और मज़ेदार बन जाता है। इससे
Answer
हम
in
ज़्यादा जुड़ाव
English.
महसूस करते हैं और सच में अपने दिमाग को खोलते हैं।
If you could give one final reading challenge to our audience, what would it be?
Ooh, I love that idea. How about we challenge them to pick one book outside their usual genre, something totally new, and give it just 10 minutes a day. And then after a week, they can share how it changed their perspective where they live.
What is one book recommendation that almost everyone can benefit from?
Ooh, a classic that I often recommend is *Sapiens* by Yuval Noah Harari. It's such a fascinating look at human history, and it really makes you see the big picture of how we got to where we are today. I think most people find it really eye-opening.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for sharing these valuable insights about developing a reading habit and expanding our mind. And thank you to everyone for joining us. Remember, every great leader starts with a single page. Keep learning, keep growing, and we will see you in the next conversation. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you so much, Rafia. It was a real pleasure to be here, and I hope everyone feels inspired to dive into their next book. Take care. Take care and happy reading.